Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. Oh sorry, I do apologise about that. I am coming back. I am doing the album. I've had a few requests of people saying please show us how you make the album. We're looking for hints and tips, and they also are doing wedding albums themselves. So I have gone ahead and made my album cover. I will put a link up here with an iCard for how you actually do your covers. I've done mine the old-fashioned way with black cardstock. Gone and done the spine, put the cover in, but we all know how to do this. I just added these strips at the side because we are going to add DSP on here and maybe some pockets and stuff. I didn't feel the need to put a whole sheet of black in just for it to get covered over with DSP. So it's lovely done. It took me about an hour last night. I put an inch of paper to join the two pieces of 12 by 12. So I've got a nice wide border there, if you know what I mean. So, and these papers, they haven't cracked. They are absolutely marvellous. And I buy these packets from the range. You get 20 sheets and they are 225 GSM and it's like $4.99 a packet. You can't go wrong. And like I say, it's taken some battering. This, I put the corners on my album already, the back page, because I don't know what I'm going to do for the front yet. I had to prise these open. I would have preferred silver ones because the papers are more like greys and pinks, but I think the old antique looking is just absolutely beautiful. I've pulled my pages apart. I've taken out a few of the pages from the 8x8 book as well. So I will be incorporating these in the album as well. This one feels like wallpaper. It's absolutely beautiful. And then you've got these which are shiny as well. But look at these beauty. I've got a whole pad of 8x8s, which is called The Promise, I think. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it's called The Promise, and they're beautiful papers. So there are pinks and greys in here, so I have chosen some. Look at that with the trees on. Beautiful. And then the same pattern runs through. And then hopefully there's some paler colours. And we're just going to add, and this one has got the words all to do with cherish, love, weddings, pure, groom, bride, always, true love and bliss and stuff like that running through it. So I wanted that in there as well. So I've got my pages sorted. I haven't cut anything of the cut parts apart yet. We can do that if and when needed. But I will, like I say, put an iCard up for how you cover an album and how any size, as long as you've got an inch top and bottom on either side, you can cover these. And just take your time, gently teasing the pages as you crease on the crease lines. Make sure your glue is bone dry at the same time. That way the papers don't lift. I know I'm a fussy sod, but you know, that will, it's going to get covered over anyway, so stop it, Gaynor. So I've also got, so that's my album. I've also got some lace that I'm going to be adding in the album somewhere. There's 3 different strips there, so I've got a couple of them. I will have to pull that thread out. For some reason the piece of cotton got in there. I've also got these details, which is the cake, the flutes, the love arts, the presents and the roses. That's going in there. I've got these beautiful wooden words that say dream, believe and love. And these wonderful, wonderful frames. Absolutely beautiful. Look at those. Can you imagine that now with a sheet of acetate just behind it slightly? And then when it's stuck down, you left the top open so you could slide a photo in there. Absolutely gorgeous. And there's 4 different assortments in there. Let's get them open actually, have a quick look. But it's all about adding detail. My sister doesn't want an overly sized album. She, you know, she wants maybe 40, 50 fit photos, but you know me, I'll probably make sure it holds about 200. So look at that. Can you imagine that with a picture of my sister and her husband to be, even that way round? would slide a photo in the back. Absolutely beautiful. Stain these. Look at those absolutely gorgeous frames. I had these from the range like £3. Look at that. Can you imagine that on one of the pages now? Let's pick a page. With designer series paper behind. And that sitting there. And then, like I say, space to tuck a photo behind. Oh, it's going to look absolutely divine. So, oh my goodness, I am so excited. Right, let's get started. I'm just going to put them on the top. They are absolutely beautiful though. I will be using distress inks to distress. Let me put that over there. Along with these. I've got a new one which is called Victorian Velvet, and I'll be using this to be distressing the pink pages. I'm just going to grab an ink. I don't want, or do I? I don't want a brown. That frayed burlap might be nice actually. No, it's more brown than a grey. No, I definitely need a grey colour, so I'm going to grab a grey ink pad. Take that off. Oh, this is sticky as hell. See, it's more of a brown. There we go. I've got two clean blenders then. Because I'm going to alternate the pages because it's for male and female, and the theme of the cardstock is pink and grey. I'm going to be having that beautiful Victorian luxury grey and pink. A lot of grey, but there's a lot of pink as well. Look at those. Absolutely gorgeous. So these pages are going to be, if I remember, sponged up. So let me just grab, I think I'll grab Smoky Slate. Just a nice pale grey colour. So we're going to have grey, I'm going to have our pink, and we're going to be decorating as we go along. I'm going to open this ready. And that's for my pink one. Just trying to get it blotted up. Perfect. And then our grey one as well. I may have to ink this. I haven't used it. Oh, look at that. It's terrible. Oh, in between videos, I will ink that up. My goodness. There's not a lot of ink on that at all, is there? And that's a new pad. Disappointing. So, our album size is 8.5 by 9.5. So your chipboard, you will need 2 at 8.5 by 9.5 and 1 at 3 by 9.5. That's the width of the spine. I'm making 4 pages only, but that gives us 8 sides. So I'm going to make the pages 8 by 9. So you're going to need 4 pieces of black cardstock at 9 1/4 by 9, and on the short side you're going to score it at, on the short side, on the long side. I'm a bit confused.com. On the long side, sorry, you're going to score at 3/4 and then 1 1/4. That's better. I have done 3. I will show 1 with you now. And then you will need 4 at 7 7/8, just slightly smaller because you don't want to butt right up to that score line, by 10 and on the long side you're going to score 1/2 inch and 9.5, or just 1/2 inch both ends. So I'll show you those. Bright that light is tonight. And then you can go away and get your stuff, and we can come back together. I normally use my thin craft card, but today I'm going to use white, if I can keep my fingers clean. We will build all our pages, and then these will get glued into the album. I want a nice white border because there's plenty of white on the album DSP. So I'll be using these. Nice little black border all the way around. I will be taking these down just to give. But see how I've come away from the score line here? There's the score line. There's our joining paper. It's about, well, it's 1/8 of an inch away from that join. Yeah, there, see it? There's the end of the paper. There's the score line. So when we come to do these, you need to be away from the edge of this paper, not the same size. You want a border, only a small one. So I'm going to take this down to about there, and all the way down to about there. So once I've got my first piece cut, I'll know all, because they're all exactly the same size the pages are. So once I cut this out, I know what size to cut the others out. I've got all my bits of scrap black. Oops. Let me just do that quickly and I can get a size for you. And don't worry about, oh, shavings. Gaynor's just touched the pink. Let me get that out of the way. Don't worry about the pencil, because we can always turn the piece over. And then we are going to take that down. That looks pretty bob on to me. I just cut the way the score line, but that is perfect. That is perfect. In fact, I could literally take that little skimming off. I think I will, because I don't want it. Yes, just that tiny, tiny, tiny little bit coming off. I mean, it's like a fraction. Perfect. These will all measure then, because the pages are 8 by 9. These will measure 7 5/8 by 8 3/4. So let's just check that against there again. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So these are the things we're going to be building all our pages on. Whereas I did it on a craft card last time, remember? But I want the black, grey and pink theme going on. I was going to use 4 pink and 4 grey. But I haven't got much Blushing Bride left. Absolutely perfect. So I know what them sizes are now. 7 5/8 by 8 3/4. So that's the size. You'll need 8 of them at that size. Don't worry, we're going to build, we won't see. So, right, let's get our pages. So these are the pieces we're going to need for your pages. That's the 9 1/4. So on this side, the 9 1/4 side, we're just going to score 3/4 of an inch and then 1 1/4. What that does is gives us the 3/4 of an inch to glue it into our album, and then you've got 1/2 an inch for leeway for the thickness of the pages. So that's that one. And then the long side on this, which is the 10 by 7 7/8, you're just going to score 1/2 an inch either side. Perfect. That's all you'll need to do that to all your pieces. I have got some hot, I think it's 3/8 of an inch tape, which I'm going to add. And then we will burnish the score lines. It's just short of 1/2 an inch. So yes, 3/8 of an inch tape. I'm pushing out all the air. Taking it right to the end. I mean, just get adventurous with your pages. Add flaps, add pockets, add tuck spots, you know, add waterfalls. You know, I don't get many views on my album. See, this is why I wasn't going to film any more albums. But I've had quite a few requests, so I don't want to let anybody down. So, right, fold your score lines nice and smooth. And take your album, let's burnish these. You want to burnish these both ways because your page is open both ways. And I tell you, ever since I've been doing the hinge system like this, I've had no problems. So again, pull back and score the other way as well. Perfect. That is perfect. So, right, leaving your flaps up the top, just remove a little bit of your tape and pop it to one side. Starting at the bottom end, I'm going to line this up. And don't put this down yet, just follow your fingers all the way up so you keep on that edge, and then you can see then how flat you are, and then just gently pull that away, giving that a good burnish as you do. Now tip number 2, I normally glue along there and then stick down. Well, I found when I used to do that, I either come over the page or I'd pull, and I got it all wrong. So I'm going to do exactly the same as what I've just done. Pull some away. And again, push this paper really flat and get it right on this edge. Make sure it's the same level. And then follow that paper down all the way to the edge. Perfect. And then gently pull. And get that good burnish. And then we've got our beautiful pages. For some reason that's sticking over just a tiny little fraction. Just for there. No worries, it's not going to make any difference. It's our pockets. So now I'm just going to close this up with a small line of glue. And just under the lip. Just keeping that page. And then when I've got my glue down, I'm just going to use my bone folder to seal that end. I mean, you could have added an extra half an inch, scored it, and but you'd have bulk, and we're trying to get less bulk. So when we start adding pockets, when I used to start making albums, I'd do the 3 sides cut up. They get so bulky, especially if you've got a couple of pockets on top of each other. So you'll see them on the sides to go for the give. I am so sorry about that. There was 3 bars left on that battery when I first put it in. So I've just swapped it over, and I've gone and got my washi tape as well ready for the decoration. So that's how we did, was we've got plenty of space down there to get a decent sized booklet in there. And I'm going to, or you just a pull out. You don't have to make booklets. My sister doesn't want it overly filled, bless her soul. So my booklets, they probably make, I'd probably do 7.5. Yeah, to give me that little gap, 7.5, and by, well, there's 7 by 9. But you know, you've got because you've got the things on the side, you can go all the way in. But I would say 7.5 by 8.5, perfect. And then that way they can get some 6 by 4 photos on there. So that's what you'll need for your inner mats. Let's get some tape. Now we need to put on for our 4 pages. We're going to attach these into the album now, and then we can add those pages on once we've built on them. So let's get some tape out, because we don't tape and glue, and I've got some 1/2 inch here. Love this Squang tape, it's the best. Look at that, it's over 1/2 inch. That's 5/8 of an inch. This is from one of them sample packs they do on Etsy. You get a 5/8, 3/8 and a 1/8 sample pack. And you want to make sure you get all the air bubbles out. Hence the block. Love this. Very strong tape. Can't wait to visit my sister at Christmas time with this album, and the rest of the family obviously. So there's our pages. You're going to grab your album, and now we're going to glue them into place. So they're all going to go in this way, and they're all going to sit right in there. And then we've got this 1/2 inch leeway. So you want to grab your pokey tool, remove the backing. I've got an empty bin, that won't stay empty for long. And then a fresh bottle of this. Don't need a lot, you just want to make sure you're taking it up to the score line. This just gives you a bit of wiggle space so you can get everything in perfectly. So pull back your flap. And that's the bit we're going to stick in. So giving yourself a good distance either side, and this right all the way up to the edge. Making sure you don't go over that score line. I know, I'm mucky, aren't I? And then grab your bone folder and just give that a really good burnish. Perfect. So that's your first page in. Have I done that up? They're on the side. Oh, I thought I'd done it upside down then. So just grab another, and we're just going to keep going until we get right the way across to here. And they're just going to get pushed right up to that next one. And we've got space, because it's 3 inches, 1.5 and 3/4, so they've got a perfect amount of space to get 4 pages in. So remove your backing, add your glue, try not to go over like myself. And you've got the added security then of both the tape and the glue. So I'm just going to fold that back and lining that up with this corner and lining this, oops, when I'm not sticking it on myself, with this corner. I can show you, pressed right against, and in you go. You can check that is perfectly lined up with this one. I know I'm going to cover it, but it's my OCD, it won't let me. These glue marks there. I just want it to be perfect for my sister. There we go, and we can just move on to the next one. So. Fireworks going off. We have a thing called Guy Fawkes Night here in the UK, and they get overzealous. It's not till the 5th of November, but they like to set them off as soon as they're able to purchase them. So again, line up top and bottom, making sure they're all the same length. And give that a good burnish. They are not coming out of this book, trust me. And again, you can check your distance. You've got the perfect lay, and they're all laying flat, lovely. So our last one. It's tipping down outside of rain. So with this one now, I'm just going to fold that over. And I'm going to place that right along the edge, keeping the distance right along this edge. And then I can open that up. That's perfect. And we've come all the way up to this line here. And you can check again. The pages are all in, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely perfect. So because we've scored both ways, they will lie flat this way and this way. So they will lie that way and that way. Perfect. So push down. and then fold that way and check for distance. Perfect. I know I'm going to cover it. And they'll lie flat both ways. So I'll push that way and also that way. Oh, Gaynor, stop it. And there we go, our pages are in. All we got to do now is build each page. Absolutely perfectly lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pages are in. Gaynor's OCD is off. We're going to add strips of paper down here anyway, so, and also down these sections we're going to have little strips of paper. So I've got 2 of those I've got 2 books of the DSP and also the Promise. Absolutely can't wait to give her this when it's all complete. Absolutely love it. So you can pop your album to one side now, and then we can work on, oh look at that, it's perfect. Because they're all standing out, if you push them all inwards as they're meant to be, that's it. You're supposed to be going that way. Sorry, that way. That way. That way. Oh, what's wrong with this one? It's that way. You've got to fold that way. That's it. Perfect. So when they are pushed into the book and sitting flat, they are perfect inside there. Love it. I will be using white photo mats instead of cream like the last time, the ivory. And I'll have to make sure my fingers are uber clean. So again, we need these now. We need 8 of these at 7 5/8 by 8 3/4. I will just measure and do a couple at a time just to get one ready for the next page, and I'll have the rest cut when we come back on the second video. Oh mind you, we're going to be working on one page at a time, so let me just write that down. So that's 7 5/8 by 8 3/4 white card, 4 pages. There we go, all written down. Love it. So on this first one, I've got a few ideas jotted down. I do need to, I'm looking at my notes. I'm going to be having a nice big massive top folding flap. So I'm going to grab some sheets of black cardstock. And I'm just going to have a tiny little, I want it all the way up to the edge, so I know it's 8 3/4. And I'm coming all the way down to the very bottom, more or less. I'm going to say about 1/4 inch off the very bottom. So I'm going to take my paper down from there to there. 2 seconds. Keep all your scraps or all your pieces, because you're going to be using those on other things. So there. Oh, I've done it the right width and 1/4 inch off the bottom, but I'm going to have to score now 1/2 inch, so okay, no, silly sausage. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just going to grab my score tool and I'm just going to score that 1/2 inch. I've had some new dies come as well, so I'm going to be putting some gorgeous edgings on some of these flaps. You got the straight one or you got the stitched one. Love them. I think you do the straight one first and then do the details after. So, cold and burnish. And this is going to get attached right along the edge of there. Perfect. Or we could even, mind you, I want a little gap, don't I? So I want to push it right up the edge and make sure I've got that little white space showing. I'm not even squeezing, but you make sure you don't get any under your flat like I just did. So right along the edge, make sure it's lined up with that edge. And we've got our nice little edge there as well, so perfect. And these can add, you know, if you're going to do some decoration, add some washi. I've also got some of these beautiful ribbons. This one's got dots, this is plain. I'm going to be attaching ribbon to certain parts of my album as well. So that could even decorate that top flap, and you could even leave that section. We're going to put a pocket in. That could be acting as the actual photo mat, so I'm going to add some of that beautiful ribbon detail all the way up there. So I'm going to grab my, that's not wide enough, this one is. So we're going to decorate as we go along too, so just keeping the double-sided tape in the centre. Use your block, push any air out. I'm going to have to go clean my fingers in between each thing, so I can make sure they stay clean. Perfect. Beautiful. Nice. That is gorgeous. So this is going to make, it's going to have texture, it's going to have a whole lot of different types of material. What's that under there? I'm covered in glue. So, and in our top pocket, we're going to add a small pocket up there as well. And we're also going to add a pocket down here. So let's have a look at our scraps. That is obviously the same width. We don't want that piece. I'm going to use this piece here. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch. Just fold that over. Pop that right along our edge. So I'm going to come up, so I've got the same distance at the top there as I have at the bottom down here, but I'm going close to this edge. And I know that silver bar there is 1/2 inch. Oh, it looks like we've got a tiny little gap, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So let's just check where this comes down to here. That's what I want. Perfect. So that is going to get glued. And then we're going to glue just underneath. It stops all that bulk. So I'm just going to glue one side first. Making sure I'm right along that edge. No, I've got to come in a bit, that's it. Oof. And that's perfect there. Beautiful. If you want now, you can. I know no one's going to see it, but if they look inside and I haven't rubbed that off, they're going to be saying she's left her measurements in. What's she like? So, again, now I am going to glue this side down before I close the bottom off. So you just want to warp your paper and then seal. See that? We're going to add some decoration down the side. That then can be left white for a photo mat, for a photo to sit on. Or you can just add DSP. It's entirely up to yourselves. So just under there. Just putting the nozzle tip in. Look at that. I can't get this glue off my fingers. Better. I love the way it removes it off your fingers as well as off the paper. Also off your nails. Perfect. So there's our pocket in. Oh, I love that material there. You may even do that. I want to add some black strips down the side and then add some more of that beautiful ribbon. Maybe add ribbon or washi tape. Let's see which one we're going to use. I love the one with the word love on it. I think that's beautiful. I think that's the thinnest one there. Yeah. Definitely going to use the plain and that. And the love hearts, I think. I think I'll just stick to those three. Perfect. So with all washi, it's not the stickiest thing in the world. So I'm going to add double-sided tape. Just leaving a little black at the border. Just like that. Just going to tidy that end up. Whoops, got the dropsies. Let's take the first one off. Making sure that's nice and straight. Keeping that nice and straight. A little black border edge. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think that is adorable. I might do it down the bottom as well. Oh, what do you reckon? Or should we have the wider one? Even the love hearts. Oh, now they're running the wrong way, aren't they? Means I've got to start that way. Trying to think. Isn't that cute? Love, 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 love. Love it, yeah. Right, let me see. Is that the same width? Oh, I think that is slightly too wide. It seems the same, but I think it's too wide. Let me just have a look. I know this is not as wide. That's better. You don't want too much glue. So I'm going to use this. Got a nice straight edge. Again, I'm leaving a tiny little gap. And it just helps with decoration for one, and less paper to use. Now they all start off with a little serrated edge, look, so I'm going to take that off. That seems pretty sticky, man. Oh well, the tape will make sure it stays in place. nice and straight. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That is perfect. Oh, I love it. Isn't that gorgeous up to now? What's there? What's there? So let's grab our first papers and have a nose. We've got these ones. These are what? I love this. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Nice little edge. So I'm going to flip it over and have the lines on the back. And a little gap there. Take that there and then just to there. Oh, I've got, it goes, desk is filling up, Gaynor's getting erratic. And I'm going to take the short piece off first. That way I don't take away the 8 inches. On the other. Nice little gap. Perfect, that's right. Let's see if we can ink this up. I'm not going erratic, I just want to dust down those sides. And I couldn't find my re-inker. What I might have to do is, I'll tell you what I will do, I think I'll use a sponge dauber, because this is flecking. That looks absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love it. That is perfection. And it's got all those words in there that say love and stuff. Oh, love it. I love to love. That is absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so I'm going to remove that for now. Come back to that. Smoky slate. Much better, much better. Just have to remember to sponge. Let me have a look at that. That is divine. Love that. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I want to add a pocket on the top as well. Not so deep this time. I think that piece would be perfect. Just to get, so they don't get lost all over the place. So give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail to give this a score at 1/2 inch. There it is. I'm not even going to bother cutting that off. It's not worth it. Keeping away from the score line. I'm even going to chop that down halfway. So that is 5, just short of 5. I'm going to take that down to 3. Perfect, we can save that for another little pocket somewhere. That's going to fit up there, beautiful. I'm just going to keep this away from this score line. Just by a fraction. So when we add that on there now, if we just go about 2 mil away from there, it's not going to take up any of our lines, so I'm going to just turn this around. Okay, come on. And once I've sealed this down, we will, like I say, just about 1 millimetre away from the line. And then I can seal that bottom. That is perfect. It's not interrupting. Love it. So again, just tipping the nozzle in just under the flap. Oops. Perfect. I think I'll keep them down to photo mats, not booklets, because like I'm saying, she doesn't want a mega sized album, she said, even though she's going to get one. She could have a booklet in there, a photo mat in there, a photo mat in there. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I just love it. I want to, oh, I can't wait to get a slice of that paper on there. Let's see what we've got here. I love that floral print. and literally it's a fraction. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just trying to feel. I think it was this side that had the so I'm going to pull that away from the edge. Keeping that from there. Turn it over again, that way you can mark from the back. Perfect. I like to try and aim to remove the pencil line, but then don't need to now. That's that one little sliver. And that one there. And because we're not naming these pages in particular, they can go anywhere in the book. That is absolutely gorgeous. Have I done that side now? I know it's a big page, but it's worth it. Oops. That is absolutely gorgeous. Love it. It's going straight in, that is. Oh, I love it. I love that page. Nice even border all the way around. That is perfect. You can also add a photo on there. Oh my goodness, where's those frames? Absolutely stunning. I'm gonna have a pocket on the top. No, pockets everywhere, she'll be going nuts. Oh, one of them gorgeous photo frames. Thing is, you'd only be able to glue half of it, and because you'd need something to tuck behind, or even she could have that on there. Add a plain piece of paper on the back and then name. Oh, I don't know, it's so beautiful. Again, you could only be able to glue these sides. Took a photo behind, but look at how I'm thinking of the shape. That is too big. Wow, wow, that's when it is big. I think this is going to have to go on the inside cover. That way's too big. That way's perfect. Oh, let me think now, ladies and gents. Let me think, let me think, let me think. The word love down there. Dream, believe. Oh, I'm torn. Right, let's get some designer series paper from the actual designer series paper. And then we can add a nice white framed photo mat there. I might have to cover this with DSP or some nice plain white patterns. I don't want to really put nothing too posh because it's under a flap. There we go. I love this white writing. This is actually the cover. See? Checking my battery. Oh my goodness, right. I'm going to have to do it that way. Perfect. That is going to go on there, that flap. Beautiful. Sponge. Nice wide pages. Oh, I hope she likes it. I hope she likes it. She does like pretty things. It's beautiful, love that. She can get another, but I love it, absolutely love it. Right, another piece. And I'm putting all the scraps straight back into the wallet because I'm not letting any of that go to waste. So this is our other inside cover. I'm going to try and do a grey page, a pink page, grey page, pink page. Because it's not just for a woman, it's also for her wonderful partner as well. He's a diamond guy, he is. He's brilliant. Oh, I love that. So look, we've got this gorgeous pattern paper here. Also, oh, I can't use that. That's got to go somewhere. I can't use that. Not this section anyway. No. I know I've got two. What's on the back of this one? Okay then, so we'll use this one. Because I know that's the cover. But like I say, I want to alternate the pages. One grey, one pink, with pink sponging. That pattern's got to go that way, hasn't it? Hasn't got to, but I'm going to let it that way. So I'm just going to come up a fraction. And I'm just going to slice that piece because I'm going to work out how, or maybe I'll just take it up to there because we're going to go down into the pocket. Oops, I can't get it. That's better. I couldn't get the thing in. So let's make sure we can get that in there. And it's going to give us a lovely border. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And I don't, well, I'll try it, but I don't think it really needs sponging. But we'll have a look. It's not really going to show much up, but I'll do it anyway. Ooh, twitching like that. And there's only need to sponge the three sides. Perfect. Guide that in. That is going to look amazing. Absolutely amazing. I will make photo mats at the end when I see how much paper I've got left, because I want to do some piece, you know, with scraps, but make it look beautiful. So I'm just going to guide that in there. I'm just going to push that down. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Love that. So I'll be making, like I say, the booklets towards, and the photo mats towards the end. And whether I decide if I'm going to add anything on there or just leave that plain. So let me just grab one of these long pieces. Because that is obviously 6 inches. Because it's off a 12 by 12. I'll pop that in there. I'm only doing them for temporary. I will decorate, like I'm saying, with all the DSP at the end. I'm just leaving these in there to I know what's a pocket and what's not. Beautiful. And that goes all the way down. I don't want to really push too far down. I know the glue has gone off, but that is our first page. This paper is sticking up there. I'll get that off. There we go. Use a white gel pen. So there's our first page. I'm not saying it's going in page 1, but come back on tomorrow's video and we'll crack on with page 2. So love it, love it, love it. I will prep more work and I will prep photo mats and the white card for the photo mats to go on. So yeah, let's alternate pages, pink and grey, pink and grey, pink and grey. I hope she loves it. My sister does like I say, nice things, and I think she will love it. So inks away till the morning. Come back tomorrow and then we'll crack on. Take care everyone. Bye.